Hi everyone, it's Simon from Higher Plane Games with a review for Fuse Balls, a puzzle game that I picked up in the Halloween sale, and yeah, it's a match 3 game, but it revolves around gravity and physics. The idea is that you're controlling this central screw in the middle of the screen, and you press left and right on your keyboard arrows to spin it one way or the other. Balls will then come in from the outside into the centre, almost like a planet with its gravitational pull. The idea is that you then match 3 or more of the same ball's colours to then get rid of them, and they pop. When they pop, they cause like a minor explosion, almost like when a meteor hits the planet, and then your surrounding balls will kind of rejiggle around elsewhere. The thing with fuse balls though is, unlike most other things, and Dialing is the game that pops into my mind immediately because I absolutely love that game. I'm terrible at it, but I love it. Is that with fuse balls, instead of, with other games, you essentially are putting things into slots. So whenever you're thinking of match 3, you have a very specific layout of all the balls or blocks or whatever it is that you're matching. With fuse balls, it's really dynamic because if you just graze something on the side, it sticks and you're stuck. And so what drew me initially to fuse balls was the fact that you could end up with like a massive tree and branch problem on one side of the screen. So you're like, I can't catch a ball there. So you're going to have to try and like spin around and make sure that you get the other side okay. And that works initially quite fine, but what you'll find very quickly is that you'll have more than one stream of balls coming at you. And it sounds a bit like a porno, but it's not. And the issue with that is because you have to be so precise, because if you don't touch the balls, they don't fuse together. So when you're thinking, oh, I'll just line them up side by side, they have to be touching. And it takes a while for you to kind of get that game mechanic. Or it did for me anyway, because I was getting like mega frustrated. I was like, why aren't they bursting? And I was realising I was just lining balls up right next to each other and not necessarily getting them to touch the tips. So yeah, once you get past that though, Fuse Balls is quite an interesting game. You've got 2 power-ups on the side, so every time you get to 150 points, what you can do is click that button with mouse, and it will pull all the balls out to the centre and then drop them back into the centre of gravity again. They'll rearrange themselves slightly and cause some more pops, and it's a good way of getting rid of, if you've say got massive stalks everywhere and you can't spin around because you know you'll get caught in a game over, it's a good fail safe. The other power up is a bomb, so if you click that and then the next fuse that you do, it will then explode all of the balls of that same colour. So that's a really good way of clearing out problems as well, because again, with all of those explosions, things will rearrange and kind of pitter patter around. The downsides for Fuse though are that once you've seen you've seen everything the game has to offer. You've only really got beating your own high score as a thing. I don't think there's Steam leaderboards, but if there are, I'm currently second best in the world, and that feels very wrong to me. I've not been second best in the world at anything, and I doubt Fuse Balls will be adding to my list anytime soon, particularly when I look at who's done what on Steam achievements. The other big problem with Fuse Balls is that when you initially launch the game through Steam, it crashes. And what's happened is that the developer has set up the Fuse Balls game inside a subfolder, also called Fuse Balls. But the game's not designed to pick that up, or Steam isn't. So what you need to do is basically go into the folder and drag the whole game back up, like one folder up in the directory, and then it runs fine. Someone did post exactly how to do that in the Steam discussion for Fuse Balls. If you do purchase the game, just beware that you need to do that for it to work. But yeah, it's got a limited shelf life. The precision side of things are very, very frustrating because when you've got multiple chains of balls coming at you, you can't be precise. So it kind of feels like you're running on power-ups essentially to reset the game, because the game demands that much precision, but you can't actually be that precise because of the way how the game is designed. So I kind of give it a tepid to warm recommendation, because I think this will have extremely narrow shelf life and focus in the terms of the types of people that will really, really like it. I've enjoyed the time that I've had to play with it. It's not something that I'm going to be going back to over and over again though. I'll kind of be in the mood for it for like 5 minutes and then be like, nah, I'm done. So that's Fuse Balls, available now on PC. Thanks for watching, bye for now.
This channel is just one of my many projects that cover games, music and film. If you enjoy any of these and would consider supporting me to develop further in the future, you can do so by visiting patreon.com/Satorimon. Thank you for your time and for watching the video.